We are back, and in today's episode I have pulled another one of my cars out of storage because we've got some work to do on that, and we ran straight into some problems almost immediately, which is just our luck here on Turtle Media.
Like I'm finding peace and melody. I'll survive, yeah. Feeling like love's no longer out of reach. I'll survive, yeah. Even when the sun set deep inside of me. I'll survive, yeah. I work through the blood, sweat, tears, now I believe. I've been jaded by the moonlight, skyscraper like a spoon, let me scrape the sky. I've been chucking in the flavor, just ain't right. Sad songs ain't the same in the daylight. Surviving, I guess I'm saying that I got a taste of the dream and it saved my life. Got a taste of the strength that I had inside. It became this mountain I had to climb, but I can't deny. Sometimes I didn't know which way that I should go. It's hard to decide, but inside I knew that I would survive. I knew that I would survive. Now I'm finally free. Feel like I'm finding peace in melody.
But good news, the new Range Rover has been faultless. And I know it's only been a week, but so far it's all good. Apart from that little boot issue that we had that you might have seen in the last video, which we are getting that sorted. This one I've still got, which is quite surprising. I was expecting somebody, after they seen the last video that we did last week, I was fully expecting people to just message me and go, Joe, I've got to have that car. You know, it seems like it's an absolute winner. No problems, no issues. Perfect vehicle, unusual for the old Range, but I haven't really had any messages, so it's still sitting there, ready to go eventually when I get round to finding somebody who wants it. But the car that we have pulled out of storage is the S55 AMG. The W220 that some of you, if you've been following us for a little while, you might have seen this car before and some of the work that we did on it last year. It's been in storage for about 6 months and we've got a bit of a list that we've got to start working our way through. I'll take you around the car in a minute and show you what we've been working on. But yeah, it's first job that we attempted went splendid, which was the rocker seal covers. You might have already seen that video, depending on which way around we're doing the videos. We might have already put that one out by now, but if not, that one's coming up. And we've got a water pump to change and a few other little bits, which we'll get to on the way around. So let's come and have a look what we're working with. So we got the S55, I'll just be careful with the door. You might have seen last year we fully wrapped the interior to this forged carbon effect, which is definitely now a lot lightweight. We've shaved a few kilograms off the vehicle, so it's even quicker than it was. I've had the S-Class for just over 5 years now, and when I had it, the paintwork was absolutely mint. And then just before last year, one of the children in the group, I won't name which one, but two of them actually, they was in partnership on this. They decided to give it a wash with cardboard and puddle water. That's not really the responsible party for this, but it was part of it, right? So anyway, it went into storage, the paintwork was okay, but it was just starting to show some signs of cracking and the scratches, etc. And then since we've picked it up from storage recently, it's got a whole new identity now. You know, I'm not quite sure whether it's changing its attitude or whether it's, you know, thinking it's something else, but the new pattern, I'm not a fan of. So we've got to sort that out. Unfortunately, at the back, we've got a similar issue. So the boot has also done a very similar thing. Now, it looks like a cat's been at it. All right, it looks like a cat's been at it as a clawing post, but we have had some professionals have a look at it. You might not be able to see it on camera, but there's a lot of micro blistering in it as well. Now, when I did pick the car up, I did think the paintwork was actually quite exceptional for a car that was 2003, this one I think, and it was maybe too good. Turns out it's probably had the full respray, this being part of the main bit that's been repainted and the bonnet as well. So it's likely that it's had a rear end and front end smash and been repaired. Unfortunately, that doesn't also sound that great since we got it back. It also doesn't return back all the way flush most of the time. It's making me look like a liar now because it's done it, but most of the time that doesn't quite go all the way down. So I'm thinking it's been in the rear end, I'm thinking it's had a smash at the front, it's been repaired, then I bought it. I wasn't aware of it, the garage that I bought it from didn't tell me about that. Maybe, if only there was maybe an app or some sort of way that you could find out if your car has been in an accident. I don't know, maybe they'll come up with one of them in the future, and if they do, we'd be more than happy to try and sponsor that, because I've had this issue with this one. So yeah, so boot's got to be done, bonnet's got to be done. It looks like where they've tried to blow it into the wings, you can see all that micro blister in there as well. We've got a touch of rust. Now, I'm not going to knock this car too much because it is pretty faultless. But rust is a common issue with the Mercedes of this year. In fact, the rust can be a bit of an issue even with some of the newer ones. And we've also got a paint section here that needs sorting out as well. Not quite sure what happened with that. But yeah, so this window was replaced. This was cracked. This was under my ownership that this cracked. I got a clip of that in case you didn't see it in the previous videos. We had some fun with that. I seem to have a bit of an issue with windows because we had to do the window regulator on the Panda. I've had to do the window in this one. We've had to do the window and door mechanism in this one. So it seems to be windows and doors are a bit of a omen for me. So yeah, I just seem to get unlucky with that. Anyway, so the car's pretty good apart from that. We also, I'm sure Chris will be able to get in there and show you the head unit. I'll put some clips in of when we sorted that as well last year. So yeah, for a car that come out in 2003, it has got, believe it or not, CarPlay, it's got Bluetooth, it's got lots of other things, it's got other stuff. It's also, you know, we'll get the car out when we can drive it again, and we'll go over it properly and talk to you about all the other stuff that's on it and all the other things that we're doing. Just before we finish off on this, I'm just going to show you the boot. So for anyone who watched our earlier videos, you might remember that we had a couple of electrical issues with this car. It had an electrical drain, it kept bricking batteries. You know, we went through 3 batteries in 1 year at one point. So we tried very hard. We pulled over 200 fuses in this, trying to find out where the power drain was. We spent a lot of time trying to figure it out. And eventually I give up because I couldn't be bothered anymore, and it was just getting too frustrating. So our solution to the electrical problems, we decided to throw a load of car audio at it instead, because everyone knows that when you start putting amplifiers and big speakers and you start messing around with the head units, especially in these older, very early fibre optic camber systems, that does wonders for the electrics. Basically, chop all the stuff out that you're not happy with and just replace it with a load of unnecessary stuff. So we got the 3 amps, we got the JL ones on the side, they power the JL subs. They've recently, we actually refoamed them because they'd been in storage for a while, so we sorted all them out. We got this one in the middle, which now does all of the door speakers, and the original sub, which is sitting on the parcel shelf. We'll do a bit of a better video on all of that. This is just a bit more of an update. All of the wiring where we spliced into the loom initially is all down there, all on these very, very good DT, the Deutsch connectors. We use them for that, so that all works pretty well. Unfortunately, the sound quality at the minute isn't quite tuned to where it needs to be. We've actually got to put a line driver in. That's the only bit that's missing now, or a DSP. So we're going to get a new DSP. We're going to install that, and then we'll be able to tune it all properly and get the absolute best out of this system. So hold tight for that. We're hoping to get on with that very soon. This one's the 5.5 litre V8 supercharged version, the M113K engine, and it's been, I'll be honest, unlike the Range Rovers, this one's a completely different kettle of fish. This one's been pretty reliable. It's quite high mileage on this one, but it hasn't really let us down up until the job that we're doing now, and it's almost completely bricked the engine for the foreseeable future. But we have got new parts on order. I'll explain them in a second. The engine and water pump I think we might have a drain issue back there somewhere. Oh, well, there's a new issue to the list. So yeah, we've got the M113K V8 supercharged engine. The supercharger was actually rebuilt not that long ago. The gearbox was rebuilt in this as well, only 2 years ago. And I'll be honest, for people that know these engines, they know that they're pretty solid. We've got some cool mods coming, but before we do the mods, we need to get the water pump off. So here's a clip of us getting it off, and then I'll come back to you and give you an update. Self-closing bonnet on this one. I think we'll have to add 2 new gas struts for the bonnet to the list as well. Okay. So while me and Chris prepare the garage, let's have a look at what a water pump is and why we need to change it. So the water pump is the part that circulates coolant around the engine to stop it from overheating and keep the engine within its thermal optimal range. Inside the engine, the fuel is constantly exploding thousands of times per minute. That creates a huge amount of heat, far more than the metal parts can survive on their own. Without cooling, the pistons expand, the cylinder head warps, the head gaskets fail, and the engine basically cooks itself. The coolant mixed with antifreeze is what carries that heat away, but the coolant only works if you keep it moving. That's the water pump's job. Think of it like the heart of the cooling system. It continuously pushes coolant through the engine block, into the cylinder heads, then to the radiator at the front of the car where the air cools it back down, then it goes back around again. This cycle happens every second the engine is running. The water pump is mechanically simple. A pulley on the outside driven by the main drive belt or an auxiliary belt, which spins a shaft, and then an impeller. And as the engine runs, the belt spins the pump and the impeller pushes coolant through the engine constantly. The water pump doesn't just immediately stop working, it normally wears out. Over a lot of miles and heavy use of the vehicle, the bearings start to wear and they can start to squeak and make some pretty rough noises. Let's have a listen to what the S55's water pump sounds like, and that'll explain why we're changing it. I think you'll agree, it's time for a new one. So we'll pull the car in, and here's the first safety tip. If it is raining and it's wet, make sure that the ramps don't slip. We got lucky on this one, no damage done. But remember, stay safe when you are working on cars. I'll get the other cameras.
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory.
Insta's there on the left. Squeeze through. Can't have a go. For the culture.
This is for the subscribers. That's what I mean.
Yeah, Joe says if you don't subscribe right now, he's going to come to your house and do this at your front door, so you're pinned in your house for a week.
Literally had to go cheek at a time. So much help. We left these out, yeah?
Yeah, that'd be you.
British weather is causing this.
Got the lubrication on the door to help you get in.
Yeah. How is it harder to get back in?
That's what she said.
I got the cameras.
You got the mics?
Yeah. Right, we have the new part sent to us by no one. Had to go get it from Euro Car Parts. New gaskets and new water pump. But before we're ready for that, I suppose we best take the old one off. So let's crack on with that and see how easy this job is.
20 minutes tops.
Set the timer. I reckon we'll do Vucon fast flips on it. 20-minute job.
Let's do a prediction.
You know what's scaring me is the size of that coolant tank.
Got the timer ready.
20 minutes, Vucon fast flip. That's actually more accurate, to be fair. What is scaring me, bro? Look at the size of that coolant tank. How many buckets do we have? There is more over there.
Empty.
Yeah. I almost
Google
just,
it.
I almost just don't want to start.
Should we see how many litres?
I kind of not feeling it at this point.
It ain't that big.
Took a torch, bro. Cheers. Oh, what?
I wanna take you out of your head right now. Let it go. We can roll it up when the sun goes down. Take it slow. Give it time, it'll pull us under. Throwing shots like she in a jumbler. Make me sweat, she the heat of summer. I just can't cool down. I can make time, call me obsessed. Stuck in your gravity. Body so hot, gotta confess. I'm loving this energy. And honestly,
Out.
Out ski.
Ah, bruh.
What?
We got an OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing all this for.
now I feel the fever. Ma said that she a keeper. Triple threat in a double feature. She gon' break your neck. I can make time, call me obsessed. Stuck in your gravity. Body so hot, gotta confess. I'm loving this energy. And honestly, blow my mind. Like you can't believe you finally get this all the time. I'm loving this energy. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Pretty face and she gets good grades. Out of college just trying to get paid. Bags packed and she moving out of state. Nothing in the way, nothing in the way. Give it time, she gon' pull me under. Set off in the heat of thunder. Always making everybody wonder what she gon' do next. I can make time, call me obsessed. Stuck in your gravity. Body so hot, gotta confess. I'm loving this energy. And honestly, blow my mind. Like you can't believe you finally get this all the time. I'm loving this energy.
Right, so we eventually got the water pump off. It was more of a drama than expected. And then we hit another issue. We got the water pump off, but unfortunately, of course, it's the wrong part. So we can't get a new one of these, and definitely not within the time frame of the video layout. So as a temporary measure, we're going to recruit a little bit of help to try and sort that out so that we can get it back on the car, because waiting for another one of them, the right one, is going to take a little bit too long. So we're going to see if we can temporarily sort something out to get the car back on the road for a minute, because we've got filming plans with it. We're going to take it to a good friend of ours who is the second of the best garages in Tamworth. JS Prestige and Apollo Auto Centre are the two best car garages in Tamworth. We're going to go and see Apollo today, and they're hopefully going to be able to sort this problem out. So let's see. I'm heading there now. Join me and we'll go and see Tom this morning, who's hopefully going to be able to get the good bits of the new one and swap them into the bad bits of the old one, if you know what I mean. So we'll see how it goes. Let's go down there, and yeah, lovely weather. At least the sun out, sort of. Because at 11 o'clock last night, when we was taking the water pump off, there was no such thing. All right? So we've had to push it back outside just for now, but it's going to be coming back in again in a little while. And yeah, let's get on it. All right, let's have a good day at work, and hopefully we can get it fixed today, because we're supposed to be filming with it this afternoon so that we can put the video together tonight and tomorrow, ready for our Sunday release. All right, that's our aim, that's our schedule. If this doesn't go to plan today, then I'm not sure whether we're going to have a Sunday release this week, which will be a bit of a shame, because we've managed to do it for the last month. So yeah, fingers crossed. We're trying everything we can to try and maintain our schedule. And we've also got the rocker cover seals, which, as I said earlier, they might have already been on the channel. I'm not sure yet, because I'm filming it before and whatever. I'm not sure what our schedule is looking like at the minute. It's quite hectic. There's quite a few things going on. But yeah, let's get on with it. See you in a minute. So while I'm off getting these parts sorted, Chris is going to take the opportunity to get it all nice and clean and try and get some of that storage dirt off, so it's looking nice and fresh again.
Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been testing so much, all these wrestlers nice, all these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a Benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of all my feet when I touch the ground. Front of 8 at Beijing, man, they know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and Rolex account of Blueface. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brother since 6th grade. G-Wagon, red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, I could like the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain. But thank God, cause we really on a better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. What's a life without sacrifice? Sometimes you gotta thank God and just roll the dice. Pacino.
I've just got back from Apollo, one of the 2 best garages in Tamworth. They've tried to help us out massively this morning. It is Saturday morning. They've gone above and beyond to try and assist us in this project. We are doing the water pump, as you've seen earlier. I was heading over there. We have an issue where this is the old one that we managed to get off. It only took us, can you believe it, about 6 hours last night to get this off. I was actually hoping to have done the whole thing in about 2, but as they say online, you know, the first 2 days are the hardest of a 20-minute job. So that come off, which was interesting. This was the new one that was going on. It wasn't until this come off that we realised it's not the same part. So on this one you can see the belt system comes off the water pump, it goes around these pulley systems here and then goes up to the supercharger. Of course, the naturally aspirated version, you don't need that, so this entire casting section is missing. Now, we didn't know that because we're idiots, right? But it turns out quite a few other people who we spoke to about the water pump, they didn't know it either. So we ended up getting this one because that's what we was advised on. Until we got it off, we then realised it's the wrong thing. So we have Apollo did do their best to. The plan was we was going to take this internal shaft out of this one and then get the impeller off the back and basically take this one out and swap them over, because it's this bit that's failed on the old one. The casting's fine, it's just this bit in the middle. So they did manage to get it out. They did manage to get the internal compression fitment out as well, and they managed to get the impeller off. But as you can see, it took a lot of work and it was damaged, which, to be fair, with it coming off, it doesn't really matter. We don't need this anymore. But the issue arises is when we're trying to take that one out, it was going to cause that much damage to the new one that it was very unlikely that we was going to be able to get it back into the old one. So instead, we was being impatient. We wanted to get the car out on road. We wanted to do some filming with it today, ready for this video. But unfortunately, we've now got to wait a couple of days for more parts. We thought we had them, we didn't. So they're going back in the box. They're going back to Euro. I'm sure that'll be an interesting conversation down there, and we'll get that sorted out. Now, a little bit of an update on the Aston before we finish off what's going on over here. We're still waiting for the door handle, the inner door handle. It's on back order. It's hopefully going to be with us soon. We're actually starting the preparation on this. That's hence why it's here at the minute. We're starting the preparation on this within the next few weeks, because it's less than 6 weeks before we take it on the cannon run. So we've got a few little bits to fix. We've got to get all the stickers on it. We've got to do it up and prepare it. This is coming out this week, so that'll hopefully be in next week's video. And also, we found a slight issue on the rear brake caliper for the handbrake, though. Luckily not the main braking system, just on the handbrake. It's got a little bit of a squeal. I think one of the pads is moving, so that's coming off very soon. We're going to try and address that and sort that out. I mentioned the door handle, that's getting addressed, and then this one's all good, right? So we've got, just a quick recap, that's still sitting there doing not a lot. This is actually quite great. This needs some work, it needs some paint. We've been in contact with quite a few paint specialists in the local area. Unfortunately, because it's quite a big job, they haven't been too interested in doing it, so we've got some other solutions. As soon as it's painted, it's going to be wrapped anyway. We might wait for the paint to dry first, but it will be wrapped quite soon after that. I also, as much as I love these wheels, I am a big fan of these AMG wheels, but I think once it's wrapped and we've got a few other little trick bits going on the outside, I think it's going to need a trip to... Do you know anywhere who does car wheels?
Never heard of it.
Nah.
Could be a new thing.
Yeah, maybe there's a company we can go to in the Midlands area that specialises in wheels. Maybe we'll find one, maybe we won't. We might have to venture further afield. So anyway, there we go. There's the update on the vehicles so far. There is another few vehicles that we've got that we'll introduce as we go on, but for now that's what's here at the minute. Well, there's a few around the corner, but we'll deal with them on another video. So thank you very much. I want to say a massive thank you. We've now got 2,200 subscribers. I want to say a huge thanks to every single one of you. I really appreciate you following the journey with us. I'm really looking forward to taking everyone on the Cannon Run with us. And also in the summer, we are got a nice little special that we're going to be filming. Hold tight for that. That's coming soon. But anyway, on that note, have a good week. I'll see you on the next one. And because this video hasn't gone quite to plan, here's some unseen bonus footage from the Range Rover video we did last week and some interesting drone shots.
Feel like I'm finding peace and melody. I'll survive, yeah. Feeling like love's no longer out of reach. I'll survive, yeah. Even when the sun set deep inside of me. I'll survive, yeah. I work through the blood, sweat, tears, now I believe. I've been jaded by the moonlight, skyscraper like a spoon, let me scrape the sky. I be trucking if the flavor just ain't right. Sad songs ain't the same in the daylight. Surviving, I guess I'm saying that I got a taste of the dream and it saved my life. Got a taste of the strength that I had inside. It became this mountain I had to climb, but I can't deny. Sometimes I didn't know which way that I should go. It's hard to decide, but inside I knew that I would survive. I knew that I would survive. Now I'm finally free. Feel like I'm finding peace and melody. I'll survive, yeah. Feeling like love's no longer out of reach. I'll survive, yeah. Even when the sun set deep inside of me. I'll survive, yeah. I work through the blood, sweat, tears, now I believe. I sustain cause I pray about it. Dead serious, your boy never play about it. I just climb to the top, what you say about it? And the movement is love, what you hate about it? Homicide do the most to the fam and no one's clearing the air. Everyone survived but no one getting repaired. When the light shine the brightest, you know I'm keeping it clear. And when everything is gone, the realest ones will be here. Sometimes I didn't know which way that I should go. It's hard to decide, but inside I knew that I would survive. I knew that I would survive. Cause I'm finally free. Feel like I'm finding peace and melody. I'll survive, yeah. Feeling like love's no longer out of reach. I'll survive, yeah. Even when the sun set deep inside of me. I'll survive, yeah. I work through the blood, sweat, tears, now I believe. Climbing to a new height. This mountain is home. Starstruck by the moonlight.